Welcome. So first, we are going to breathe slowly to slow down our heart rate, and then we first going and 3, 2, 1, and we are also live on TikTok. So now the silence is filled with music on and we are going to and we are going to remove any negative thoughts from our mind. So we are going to clear up our mind with the bombarded by the news today, by colleagues, friends, and so on and so on. That's so much into so many opinions. So we are going to take this moment of self to clear our minds, no doom thinking, no negative thoughts. to proceed in this broadcast what is needed. So I was thinking, okay, you can use mind music, or you can share wisdom or theories, studies, and so on. But what is the purpose of communication? It means that things should be understood. So therefore, we need to ask, to listen, to understand, but also because it's not just information, to think from within the heart. So we think from within the heart, the mind is filled with all the information that the television and the people are giving you. You need to think about your job, maybe relationship problems, and so on and so on. So because knowing that humans within the system most likely have their heads full of many different stuff. So we need to disconnect and let go all of what's going on. So we clear our mind so the wisdom that is shared will become more clear. And as we know, clarity is ending all emotions. So when you go to that feeling of understanding and you understood, then clarity is given. You're not going to be sad about it. You're not going to be angry about it. You're not going to be anxious about it. And you might be happy with it, but there is no happiness in knowing. You know it or you don't know it. So when we listen to understand, we think from within our heart, so we can clear our mind. These are standards that I use in life. Also, distractions are not needed. I know that on YouTube, I did a lot more live streams, and on TikTok, everybody isn't scrolling, liking, tapping the screen, playing on TikTok games with guests. None of that distraction is. You're not going to help you to become a slave of distraction. Yes? So don't become a slave of distraction. So therefore, my choices, I go to communicate and answer questions on YouTube, and because the TikTok stream on its own is too much distracting, and we reduce everything because we value attention. So I give you attention, which is valuable. So you will be heard because I listen. You will be understood because I listen to understand. So we reduce it to proper judgment about the self-awareness and the thoughts that we produce. So let's start there. If we have a mind clear, and I know not everybody will be possible to get their mind clear. To them, I give the advice you can stay here and listen, but that will be really because I, you are in a negative fight that cannot fight with the positive fight that's going on here. So you will eventually go into rejection, because that's the first thing that's happening. Rejection. Bluntly rejecting anything without any positive. But like if you are in a trauma or if you are in such a random business with a job that you do something like that, then skip this one because you need to pay attention to those things first and then clear your mind if possible. And sometimes people are in a situation with a health, with a relation, etc., that you feel comfortable. So when you do not feel comfortable and you feel hurt, sometimes you first need to cry, you first need to scream, you first need to let the negative feelings go and go your way until you can compose yourself and enter a broadcast in which we are going deeply into our awareness of self. So I became aware that the feelings that I am, this expression starts with thoughts. So which thoughts are you producing? If they are too dark, too negative, then I let you feel somewhere at peace or can handle it. But the advice is let all negative thoughts go. Be aware about the thoughts that you produce. When you become aware that you are producing thoughts, that is where you can shift. And I struggled with that when I was younger, that I kept the negative thoughts and I could not think about something positive. So the drama and the hurt only amplifies. But if we are aware that producing thoughts, we can choose. So I wish I knew that earlier. We can choose, but your feeling and your hormones and everything, your emotions, can disbalance you. So when our thoughts are clear and we open our minds to beautiful, to something positive, then we choose to think about. And the most easiest thing is to focus on reality in the here and now. So end all stories inside your head about yesterday. Also end all stories about the future, because now the teaching is going that behavior of the beautiful and positive thoughts in the moment now are the seeds that you maintain to give it water and light, are going to blossom beautiful things in the future. But you need to be in this moment now to create that. And within reality, it is as simple as take a pot, put some soil in it, put a seed in it, water it, and make sure it gets sunlight. And then keep on watering. Eventually, you will see it blossom, then it gives fruit, and you have that on. But that is not when I put a seed in your hand, you do not see the fruit that you eat. So it takes effort. But it is a possibility that if you take the seed out of my hand and you put it in the soil and you're going to water it and make sure it gets sunlight, that you will harvest that fruit in the future. But if I'm going to tell you, yeah, hello, ladies and gentlemen, I got this genius idea, and you will harvest fruit in the future. Well, how is that going to happen? Well, with a seed. So we only open our minds after we free our minds from negativity, rethinking, free our minds from our own conviction of life. So we are not going to use our own conviction of life as a filter anymore. To filter through anything that somebody else is wisdom saying that to you, but because he is a Shaolin monk or a Buddhist or uh, any other religion, Satan, then understands the information coming. You'll judge it. Single information, understand. So we produce with a clear mind positive thoughts. Yes? With a clear mind, we produce positive thoughts. And then you have many options that you can think about what is positive. So if you focus on it, you make enormous changes in your approach, the next step in the moment now, a human being, an animal, a plant, the outside world, outside. So you can do that like, okay, I have a clear mind now. I removed things and thoughts. And now I'm going to get busy. Ha! Now we are going to get busy with all the positive stuff. So we are putting our hands together like this, yes, to harmonize the energies in our body. And we let the positive energy flow through our body. If you have positive thoughts and that energy is going to your body, you may answer the question if it's healing, but you will feel positivity. So then you can think, okay, well, I'm going to, in the morning, to the baker to buy some bread, put up a smile. If the person in the bakery can show their smile also. Just a little simple thing with positive intention, good intentions, that anybody I believe can do. Just smile, yeah? Just smile. So, what else can we do? And we think about the other positive thing to do. So I have difficulties with the words on its own. Prayer. praying and prayer, it does not sound right with me. So how I would say it is minding positive intentions into words, yes, mindful users, mindful words. If you have a religion, you can do a prayer if you are so religious. You can prayer. If you are able to heal, to give divine life, like I am able to, then you can give divine life to people, positive attitude. You can do really small things like just a few little words of letting somebody else know that they are valued and loved. So you could be compassionate. Yes, you can be compassionate. Yes. So what more positive can we think about? Because if you get bombarded with war and atrocities. Yeah? So we are freeing ourselves from that, but now we are intentionally thinking about positive can we bring to the world? How much love, light, and healing can we spread? Because it's needed. It is so much needed, people, that we think positive, that we start to act kind to each other, that we show compassion to each other, yes, and that we help each other through all the downfall that's going on, yes. So it's also supportive to people because we see that in many countries, different continents, the people are struggling, and it goes from the worst, like genocide. I cannot even speak that word without having so much pain in my heart for what is going on this planet. How we treat human beings, how we treat babies and children. So I remove that because I can't do that. So we need to think positive because all of that is going on, and we need to spread it more. We need to show our hearts to the world. Don't be afraid. Yes? And that is what superheroes do. They show their hearts when the world is growing darker, the insanity is growing bigger. And my advice is to humanity, please, human beings, take your time for a long moment of silence. Because how is it now able to be processing everything? You know, the internet makes everything, the whole world so large that you simply can't know now what is happening on the other side of the world. Because you can watch on the cams they have, oh, the beach cam in New Zealand, yeah, that's on the other side of the world. And the internet made it so smart, short, that in this moment now, to observe the reality, where are we? I am here on geographical location. And if something is happening on the other side of the world, even Superman would be too slow. No, I don't know. Superman can do anything, but you already have the answer that it's impossible to tell you about something on the other side of the world because you cannot do anything other than mindful to it, being positive to it, and plant something in the collective consciousness of mankind that it may be mild or that it will soothe. But physically and materialistically, on the other side of the world, there should be people that are taking care of that. Yes, so you need to realize in this moment now, I'm taking this moment for myself. I'm going to be in silence just to let the whole world settle and I can free my mind, remove all the bad thoughts, and I can clearly think about what I'm going to free my mind and free my mind. So that would be something positive. And if people are talking about the spiritual warfare that's going on, then I think it's really important to make sure with all the spiritual attacks, which I'm also experiencing, because if you are the light, you attract the darkness, and sometimes it gets really dark, and it's just showing you not everybody can come close to the light, so they need to go somewhere else to first learn their steps. That's also what happened in my life when I was dark. Yes, when I had bad thoughts, bad ideas, and I was wondering why the hell all that did happen to me. And that's simply because I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware of what I was thinking, and everything was normal because these thoughts were also the second thoughts that were implemented into your brain. All the make-believe stories, all the set you up in this duality mode to keep your duality. So step outside duality, put duality outside the door, put discrimination outside the door, and put the use of force outside the door, and look how much joyful your house will be. But if you choose to fight with each other and to scream and throw things and complain. So complaining is also a word. And let's say I have complaining and I have praying. Then I say, which one of the two I'm to open my mind to? Well, then I need to say, okay, then please give me a prayer because the complaining, I'm so tired of it. And then somebody came here. This is an ancient tongue language, ancient Japanese. Can we do the prayer? I say no problem. Sure will do. Will I do that in the? I might have done it. Might go to it. No. So choices with an open mind are important, and also the silence is very important. So if you are let things go, but also to get back to your true self in this moment now. So we become aware which thoughts we are going to produce. They need to be positive, please. Yes. So we have a big spiritual garbage can in which we throw all the negative thoughts. And then, if people want to protest, I say go protest. But are we forgetting in this paradigm shift to speak truth to power without getting crushed? And I see too much crushing. So, how to speak truth to power without getting crushed? And that is what is needed. Because eventually, the power will also get crushed. The way that nature is behaving now and is balanced, no human is safe, but not all will die. So we need to change that future. We need to come to a growing in awareness. So to speak truth to power, we need to make sure that they also growing in awareness. Yes? And if you do that in a duality mode, they will reject. And some of them are so hypnotized or something that you don't really can, they sacrifice their, what was it, consciousness doing a ritual. Well, that's a make believe story. Because if you shine a light on it, they will remember if they did this or that to a baby. So we take the silence and we are going to take care for ourselves, self care, self love. So the practice of self love is something that you could do when you think with an open mind and have positive thoughts. Self love. Okay. Self love, I think I love myself for so many years. Not in my uh, youth development, but like the late 30s, 40s, that I started the practice of self-love and in saying three positive things about yourself. So here we go. It's difficult for me, it's difficult for you, it's difficult for everybody, but we are just going to do it. We are going to say three positive things about ourselves. So I am a man of the heart. I am kind. I am, and now I even can say more, but I keep it with that before my ego goes flying. So yeah, in the silence, everything settles down, and then you are going to filter. No, I am in this moment now. I'm taking self care and I love myself, and I'm going to sit there in silence. And no matter who is calling me, nobody will hear. No out, no distraction, no doors open, just you silent. And the rest does not matter. The world will continue without me, yes? But I'm going to sit in silence so I can process myself, my own thoughts, being me, being real. I know reality and not something that happens on the other side of the world. No, I need to observe reality. Oh, hey, there are the music doctors. The sound is good for me. I'm here. I'm sitting. And I let go. Then I'm going to choose in that silence to ground. So I grow roots from my feet to the center of Mother Earth. Now you can freely ground and feel the negativity just go away out of the body. And my hands are glowing. See it? That's the filter on TikTok. And I feel the fire, I feel the divine light. Now I'm doing this. And recently, you see it, you can see the rainbow. So I see the signs I'm going in the right direction. I position myself in this moment now, reaching out to humanity. This is who I am. I say, let's all go in silence, yeah, for weeks, as long as we, and I'm going to say it's going to be addictive, the silence. Because, oh my Lord, when I was at, taking that into the now that I'm live streaming, it's like the clarity and all the emotions. So you find your inner peace, you are grounded, you open your mind to the beautiful and positive things of life, and going to think about the reality where you are. Because it's important that you know where you are. Yes? You come to yourself, and then you are sitting. You can choose if you are sitting like a Buddha or like how they sit on the niche in the Japanese line as a samurai, or on a couch, just you relax to yourself, to your senses. And from that inner peace, you can, when you straighten your spine, that's not something that you need to do, straighten your spine, and then you can feel that inner flame. If it's moving, it's telling you something that it's sincere. Anyways, that is, you need probably a lot of practice. But yes, you can sense that, and when you are silent and you are just paying attention to, okay, I am now in this position, I'm grounded, I did my prayers, or I mind positive words towards source or towards a holy person or whatever. I did my ritual, I enlightened my candle, I put on sense whatever you want to do. And to observe where you are. Because you need to decide from this moment, right? So if you're doing it now, and you go outside, you get the full understanding of what going outside means. Do that mindfully and with complete awareness. So you're at the door, you open the door, and then you need to be aware that you put your right foot outside the door. Then be aware you put your left foot at the door. You close the door behind you, and then you are outside. If you do not understand the difference inside and outside, or you are not aware of it. Like I wasn't aware of it. Oh, I'm so happy, my inner peace, my self-love, and I did all the positive stuff. Then I go outside and it went wrong in no time. That's what I mean. But if you plan to see carefully, you do it with awareness. Okay, I'm going to breathe nature when I go outside. So I mind my words to nature and I say to nature, hello nature, I do not want to collide, I do not want to step on a hair, shoulder, and I send you love, light, and healing. And sorry if I made a mistake as a little child that I smacked a fly and the fly did not survive. Yes, sorry for that. I'm changed. I will not do that. But I read to nature and all your beauty, and I grab love more than you. So that is what you can do when you go outside. Just before that you open the door, go into your awareness. You greet nature when you are out, and you will, this is what happened. My garden, which kept growing, but on the right side of the path, there were flowers and bees and other insects were flying on the flowers. And I saw it happening, yeah? And I thought, oh my God, I had two bags from the grocery store. At that time, you could afford two grocery bags. Now it's basically bread and water. But back in the day, you could afford something. And then I was thinking, I do not want to disturb them. So I did the teaching that I received. Oh, Judy, please wear that, yeah? And I put my hands together and I said, dear bumblebees, bees, and other flying insects, I do not want to disturb you. You need to go to the front door. So if you would be kind and fly up and go a little bit on the side, then I can pass and you can go back. And my girlfriend at the time, she was also there and observing me. And then you would not imagine this was so awesome. When I keep walking, the bumblebees and the bees were flying up and going to the side. And where I pass, I thought, hey, let's look if they are going back. Behind me, they go. Hey, that was so amazing. It's like you were walking through the crowd and everybody is letting you through, and then behind it, there is um, so yeah, I have a lot of experience with miracles. You can observe the miracles, but you can't do. So no matter what, first I had a belief, and I practiced it, the teachings. When I did it, the miracles happened, and I got the feedback from the other people who received the miracles. But yeah, my advice to humanity is go for 2 weeks silence. Do not talk to anybody. So if you are in a household, that will be a little bit difficult. Then you can, if the household is running, you can take moments and moments and moments and moments. Then you are going to simply first clear your mind, please. Because this is what I experience when now I'm talking with people. It's different than 5 to 10 years ago. Now it seems to me really difficult for me to communicate with human beings when they are so full with all the information that I'm like, it's not meant for me. I want to focus on the beautiful stuff. Ooh, and I'm in top mode because the peace fire inside me, yes, the love fire, the heart fire, the light fire. Oh my God, I'm cooking. I'm on fire. Yeah, you could say so. And I hope that this warm feeling is coming to you where you are. So hopefully I create this miracle that you can get the hot feeling I have now, that warmth is coming to you wherever you are. But I can be a sender, so then means you need to be the receiver. So you need to focus on receiving love, light, and healing. And that's what we practice when we breathe. When we breathe in slowly through our nose, we do that with the intention of receiving love, light, and healing. And when we breathe out slowly, we are doing that with an expression of gratitude. Also, you can be grateful for every day. It's beautiful. So I was cutting an onion one time, and I realized that before you can first, the onion was blurring my vision with tears, so I could not see the knife right. And you know what I did cut? My finger. And I was like, oh dear loving God, thank you. Ouch. Well, that was the idea, but on the moment itself, it sounded a little bit different, as you guessed. It was more like, God, 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 God. So from that moment on, the reality came to me, yes, you can be grateful for everything. What? That's more difficult than it sounds. Because not all the time you will be aware of it, feel like it, but you can. And this is also a miracle that I received practicing kancha, which means gratitude. And I was in so much pain, almost dying. And I called my girlfriend and I said, I'm not sure I'm going to survive it because I got an allergic reaction of very toxic medication. And for the pain was epidemia, my was ripping, it was coming through the veins, and the flow of my body actually stopped. And moving was so hurtful, it was not fun. And then I thought I was reading about cancer, and I was like, oh, you can also be thankful for pain. So I thought, well, maybe this is the moment. So I was more like skeptic. I was proving itself as along the way when I was practicing that art. And it was proven to me, oh yeah. So I thought, well, okay, let's try this. So I said, too, creator. Thank you so much for the thing. I asked my girlfriend, can you do the same thing for me? And when she did that, well, I asked her, it was in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock, I called her. I was feeling so effed up that I had something like, okay, let's call her because I don't know about tomorrow. But the pain, like, whoosh, pain gone. And I thought, this is unbelievable. I felt just a little bit of a wind and the pain was gone. And then I thought, this is normal. It's something you cannot really explain. But it was more and more proof to me. Yes, good, good, good. The stand armor that you receive. So yes, at the moment I'm struggling with health issues, and not everything is taken care of. But I'm going to regain in this moment of now. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to do this for my mental. I'm going to do trainings, and actually it's working. I'm getting results, so that's a good thing. But sometimes when you are improving yourself, you need to be aware about the moment where it was not all that good. Yes, where you were not uh, into the growing and the knowing. So yes, my advice is everybody silence for 2 weeks, let it all settle, remove doom thinking, negative thoughts, reclaim your energy, right? Keep your hands together to balance the energy. You find your inner peace and find your balance. And when you have found your balance and peace, the challenge is always to maintain that. And that's always the struggle to maintain your inner peace. Because it's easy to produce negative thoughts. But the challenge arises to produce positive thoughts. So don't be a hater and become a wise guy, become a wise lady. And if you think in your isolation, maybe, or not feeling good around other people, not knowing, maybe from shyness or other disturbances, to face them, to be fierce and brave in your own power, and in your education until you have until you feel so confident. Because I'm confident I'm choosing the right thing to do. I'm confident that I'm happy to be so different than people complying with the system without question. So also, when you do positive thinking, you need to question it over and over and over and over again. Because if you pray for someone, they might receive a miracle. So there's a cause and an effect. You do something, what's the feedback of that something? You put on a smile, you make somebody else smile, but it might be that that other person is smiling also to another person and starts to smile also. And then you get that snowball effect of positivity of just simply one smile. And sometimes people are in their own negative thoughts and they approach you with that, and then I just mimic two behavior. Of course, I wanted to understand that because the short version of that were my bad thoughts, and then I would say, fuck off. Yeah, that's the trigger. Now everybody is listening again. Oh yeah, he is good. Yeah. So you go in silence, you free your mind, room thinking, negative thoughts, listen to understand, you think from the heart, we grow roots from a feet to the center of the earth, we ground, we place our hands together, and we say mindful words to the surrounding, to source, to the universe if you wish. I think that's a little bit illusionary. But if you wish, you can do that to not miss anything. So you could send, isn't that funny? That actually, if you are going to put mindful words to anything, hey, listen to this. Dear ETs, extraterrestrials, much love for the healing, guys. Welcome on planet Earth. If we do not want to miss anything, eh? They're really funny. At least that is what I think in my positive mind is funny. So, on the path of thinking, it tries a positive thought, we use the effort of doing. So also with awareness that I'm using now, because I was really bad at it, so I need a lot of practice. But many years later, I managed to solve some of my impulses. Yeah, yeah. So let me create a very large bubble of love, light, healing, positivity, and let it spread on my surroundings. All that wrong. So if people were here, were sitting next to me, I'm going to tell you one thing. They would be sweating. They would be sweating. They would feel this warm. You know, it feels now warm as it is somewhere between 30 and 40 degrees Celsius summertime. So we are grounded, we have positive thoughts, we can mind, words, in mantra, in chanting, in prayer. Give it a name, please. I would like to say mindful words to your surroundings and to source. Or Su is actually the concept that I use. Because if you turn Su around, that's us. As below, show above, or show above. As above. So, well, I was just okay. If it's as above, so below, I don't think that that's the truth. I think we need to progress gigantically before it's below ashball. But at least you can create in your on your own these finds. Like now I feel my body feels like it's in the divine mode. That's how my body feels like. Enlightened, warm, sweaty. Oh no, Frankie, you're not in heaven, you're in hell. Don't ask hell. So, so you can find things for other people, surprise them, and to take care of other people, first you need to take care of yourself. So self-care, seek yourself, seek your grounding, seek your letting go of negative. Yes, seek a clear mind. So when I am able for you, so you can get that clarity with endful emotion, then I say, if you need to do an exam or a test or something, and you have found your inner peace and a clarity, it will be much easier because the information is coming clear to your mind, also for study. So I didn't study peacefully. I study with death metal on the background really loud to shut off the negative thoughts that flooded with. So you could not really study like that. But if you free your thoughts and you have minds, you can consume information so easily it becomes clear to you, you understand it much easier, and you can learn so much quicker. But if you are in a hurry, or if you have expectations or ego and being a human being, yes, you're going to all that one side of you on in our hearts, finding in our body, feel the inner child having a life, getting a grip on the situation now. Yesterday sucked, but now it's the moment now. I'm going to take care of myself, to reclaim my energy. I am going to shine a light. People around me, oh my God, level of love, positivity, of passion, of fire. Oh yeah. And I stand with that. I ground. I found my balance. I found my inner peace. And I shine. Shine bright like a diamond. No, I shine like the sun. So, if you know something about the weather of the sun, let's cause a solar flare. Kadoosh. Hmm. Well, I feel really calm, relaxed, powerful, confident. So later on, we are going to slay some deep. And for now, goodbye and have a nice night.